If you are feeling completely trapped or stuck in this cycle where you're trading 40, 50, even 60 hours a week for a paycheck that barely covers the rent, let alone leave anything for the future, you've probably done exactly what you were told to do. You got the degree, you worked hard, you stayed late. But the frustrating result is that you're still living paycheck to paycheck, watching inflation eat your savings faster than you can grow them. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack ambition. It's because you're playing a rigged game with outdated rules. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix this. We're going to break down 5 businesses that regular people with no special background, actually started and scaled to $10,000 a month and beyond. Now, before we dive into the list, you need to understand one fundamental shift in the 2026 economy. Most successful low-capital businesses today are either service-based or digital. Why? Because they have high margins and zero to low overhead. You aren't paying for a storefront. You're paying for your own expertise or a system. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below saying, "Ready to build." It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you're serious about this. And definitely stay until the end, because the 5th business on this list is a boring model that most people completely overlook. But it's actually the fastest way to hit that $10,000 mark if you have an entrepreneurial eye. You literally cannot afford to miss that one. So, back to the main course. Let's start with one that everyone thinks they understand, but almost no one does correctly. Social media management. Now, you might be thinking, I already post on Instagram. I'm an expert. No. Here's what people don't realize. There is a massive difference between posting and producing ROI. Think about the local dentist or the construction company owner in your town. They are experts at teeth or bricks, but they are absolutely terrified of the TikTok algorithm. They know they need to be there, but they don't have the time or the brain space to do it. Take the case of a college student named Alex. Alex didn't have a marketing degree, but he noticed that 3 local landscaping companies had Instagram pages that hadn't been updated since 2021. He walked in and told them, "I will create 3 reels a week for you that actually show your work, and I'll manage the comments so you don't have to." He charged each of them $1,500 a month. That's just 3 clients to hit $4,500. He eventually scaled to 7 clients by hiring a freelance editor from Fiverr, hitting over $10,000 a month while he was still in school. In this present economy, you can charge $2,000 per client for a standard monthly retainer. Your overhead cost is $0 if you use free tools like Canva with your expertise. I'll put a link in the description to get you started. Now, the juicy part of it all is that you only need a total of 5 clients to hit $10,000 monthly. Easy money, you say, right? Well, this works because of opportunity cost. A business owner whose time is worth $500 per hour shouldn't be spending 5 hours a week trying to figure out which trending audio to use. When you sell SMM, you aren't selling posts. You are selling time and relevance. This next one is for the people who aren't afraid to get their hands a little dirty. We're talking about local services, cleaning, laundry pickup, and car washing. Here's where it gets interesting. While everyone is trying to build the next Uber for Cats app, the guy who owns a specialized pressure washing business is living the dream. Why? Because these are non-discretionary services. If your pipes burst or your house is covered in mold, you don't wait for the economy to get better. You pay to fix it. Let's take Alex Smeretsniak, the co-founder of 2U Laundry, for instance. Alex didn't start with millions in VC funding. He started in a college dorm room at Wake Forest. He noticed a simple pain point. Students hated doing laundry, and the campus machines were always broken or busy. He didn't overthink it. He started a small gig called Wake Wash. He'd literally pick up bags of laundry from students, take them to a local laundromat, wash them, fold them, and bring them back. He was just a guy with a car and a few detergent pods. By the time he graduated, he sold that small dorm gig for $200,000. But here's where it gets interesting. After a brief stint in corporate consulting, Alex realized the safe path was boring. He went back to the laundry world and co-founded 2U Laundry. He realized that it wasn't just students who were struggling. It was busy professionals, doctors, and girl dads who wanted their weekends back. He scaled it from a single van in Charlotte, North Carolina, to a venture-backed powerhouse that raised over $30 million in capital. He eventually expanded by launching Laundrolab, a franchise model that sold over 100 locations in just 14 months. He turned a chore into a $100 million brand. Now, you might not be aiming for a $100 million exit on day one, but let's look at the regular person math. For a standard pickup/delivery in 2026, you can charge $45 to $55 per bag. On an average, customers stack 4 bags a month for laundry. Revenue per customer can average $200 per month. To hit $10,000 per month, you only need 50 recurring customers, which is easy to achieve if you're good at what you do. This works because of decision fatigue. In 2026, the average person is making thousands of micro decisions a day. By the time they get home, they don't want to decide which wash cycle to use. When you offer laundry pickup, you aren't selling clean clothes. You are selling mental clarity and Sunday afternoons. You might be thinking, but I don't want to be the laundry guy forever. Neither did Alex. But he used the cash flow from the service to build the systems. He realized that problems are just opportunities in disguise. While everyone else drove past the local laundromat and saw a boring building, Alex saw a logistics hub that could generate $10,000, $50,000, or $100,000 a month. Now, let's talk about skill coaching. This is for those of you who have a specific edge. Here's the thing. Most people think they need to be a world-renowned expert or have a PhD to teach others. But you won't believe how many people are sitting on a $10,000 a month skill right now, whether it's fitness, Excel, or playing the guitar, and they're letting it go to waste because they're stuck in the employee mindset. Look at Joe Wicks, also known as the Body Coach. Before he was a household name with a multi-million-pound empire, Joe was just a regular guy. He borrowed about $2,600 from his parents to start a small personal training business. And get this, his marketing strategy was literally handing out flyers at the Richmond train station in London during rush hour. He would cycle to the park with a trailer full of dumbbells, rain or shine, often to find that 0 people showed up for his boot camp. Imagine the frustration, standing in the rain, holding flyers, while thousands of people ignore you. But then, everything changed when he moved his coaching online. He started posting these Lean In 15 videos, 15-second recipes shouted at a camera in his kitchen. He didn't have a film crew, he just had a phone and a lot of energy. He went from training maybe 20 people a week in a park to reaching millions. By 2026, Joe has built a massive digital footprint. He has over 4.7 million followers on Instagram, 2.9 million subscribers on YouTube. And guess what? His 90-day plan has been used by over 600,000 people. This is where the psychology of scaling hits the bank account. Subscription to Joe's app costs around $20 per month or $120 per year. Reports indicate his business turns over up to $1.3 million per month, not to talk of endorsement deals and monetization across social media accounts. You don't need 4 million followers. If you coach just 100 people at $100 a month via a digital program, you are at $10,000 per month. That simple. Joe didn't succeed because he was the best athlete. He succeeded because he demystified the process. He made healthy eating and HIIT workouts feel accessible to the average person who only has 15 minutes. You might be thinking, I'm not as charismatic as Joe Wicks. Here's what people don't realize. Joe was a 10-year overnight success. He spent 5 years in the trenches, flyering stations, before the internet ever knew his name. He wasn't lucky. He was prolific. He posted consistently when no one was watching, building the authority that eventually made him a millionaire. So, all you have to do is to be really good at what you're doing, find a platform with thousands of traffic, find your edge, and stay consistent whilst improving. Success will yearn for you, like a kid in dire need of an ice cream in summer. Number 4 is the one we're living right now. Content creation. A lot of people think YouTube is saturated. That is a massive misconception. What's saturated is lazy content. But high-value, educational, or highly entertaining content? There is a desperate shortage of it. Let's look at Graham Stephan. Before he was the king of frugality on YouTube, Graham was just a 26-year-old real estate agent in Los Angeles. He was doing okay, but he was trading every single hour for a commission check. He realized that even if he worked 100 hours a week, he would eventually hit a ceiling. So, in 2016, he decided to start a YouTube channel. And get this, he didn't have a fancy studio. He filmed his first videos on a cracked iPhone in his kitchen. He didn't talk about lifestyle or vlogging. He talked about what he knew: real estate and saving money. You won't believe how boring his first videos were. He famously talked about brewing his own coffee at home for 20 cents instead of spending $5 at Starbucks. People laughed at him. They called him cheap. But while they were laughing, the algorithm was learning. He wasn't just posting. He was studying human psychology. He realized that people are obsessed with seeing exactly how much money others make and spend. Graham went from 0 views to becoming a multimillionaire in his late 20s. By 2026, his reach is staggering: over 4.6 million YouTube subscribers on his main channel alone, and over 500 million total views across his empire. He didn't stop at AdSense. He launched the Iced Coffee Hour podcast and his own coffee brand, Bankroll Coffee. This is where it gets crazy. In 2021, reports showed Graham was clearing $6 million a year. That breaks down to roughly $500,000 per month across AdSense, sponsorships, courses, and affiliates. Graham didn't succeed because he was a professional filmmaker. He succeeded because he treated his channel like a 24/7 salesman. He realized that while cold calling 50 people a day is hard, making one video that 50,000 people watch is leverage. But I don't want to talk about coffee or stocks. Fine. The beauty of 2026 is that there is a niche for everything. Whether you're into gardening, coding, or even just reacting to other videos, the framework is the same. Find a specific pain point, provide a solution, and stay consistent. Most people quit after 10 videos because they don't see $10,000 yet. Graham posted for years before he saw exponential growth. If you aren't willing to be cringe for a year, you don't deserve to be free for a lifetime. Finally, we've reached the one I told you not to miss: Amazon FBA and the export business. This is the ultimate boring business. Here's what people don't realize. Amazon is basically just a giant search engine for stuff. But the real money in 2026 isn't in dropshipping plastic junk from overseas that everyone else is selling. It's in arbitrage and local-to-global export. You won't believe how Ryan started. Back in 2013, Ryan was just a regular accountant. He was miserable. He sat at a desk all day, crunching numbers for other people's success, while his own bank account felt stagnant. He didn't have a grand vision or a tech startup idea. He started by organizing events on his college campus to buy used textbooks from students and flip them on Amazon. He was making about $1,000 a month doing this part-time. But then, he had a light bulb moment. He realized that if he could do this with books, he could do it with anything. He started spending his weekends at stores like Walmart, Target, and Toys R Us. He'd walk straight to the clearance aisle, pull out his phone, and scan items using the Amazon Seller app. He'd find a toy on clearance for $5 that was selling on Amazon for $25. After fees, he'd pocket a clean $10 profit. He did this over and over until he was making the same amount of money reselling as he was at his accounting job. So he quit. Ryan didn't just stay a guy with a scanner. He scaled. He moved from his spare bedroom to a 725-square-foot warehouse, then a warehouse 5 times that size. By 2026, Ryan's business, the online selling experiment, has become a powerhouse. Another way to walk around this is sourcing locally produced goods. Let's say organic hibiscus tea or specialized handmade leather goods from their home country that were selling for 5 times the price in the US market. Local sourcing cost, shipping, and Amazon fees can go as low as $12 per unit. Selling such products at a competitive price of $29.99 will give a net profit of $17.99. All you need to hit $10,000 monthly is to sell roughly 560 units of the product, and for a platform like Amazon with around 300 million users, you just need less than 20 sales per day. Now imagine you have 5, 10, let's say 30 of these sorts of products selling daily. You get it? Make sure to subscribe to the channel because you will be getting lots of high-value content in respect to Amazon FBA and other profitable businesses. And trust me, it won't be a surface guide, but an in-depth analysis on how to start, the cost associated, and how to scale eventually. You might be thinking, isn't retail arbitrage dead? Won't Amazon just ban me? Here's what people don't realize. Retail arbitrage is the foundation of Amazon. As long as there are clearance racks and busy people with Prime accounts, there is a gap to be filled. All you have to do is get the right knowledge, do it the right way, and you'll be surprised at how easy it actually is. Here's the bottom line. The traditional path is broken. If you keep doing what everyone else is doing, you're going to keep getting the results everyone else is getting, which is just getting by. Whether it's SMM, cleaning houses, coaching, making videos, or online sales, the common thread is execution. Most people will watch this video, feel inspired for 10 minutes, and then go back to scrolling. Don't be that person. Pick one. Just one. Commit to it for the next 90 days. Treat it like a content machine and a revenue machine combined. If you found this helpful, please subscribe. It helps me keep making these deep dives for you. And if you're serious about starting your own channel or business this year, check out my other videos on the 2026 algorithm and business models. The future is yours to build. Get to work. And as always, it's made easy by Zion.